Hi there, welcome back to Save with Crypto. My name is Save with Crypto, and I'm just going to do another video in my series of what happens when you change the leverage in the middle of a trade. I've done it so far with ByBit, and yesterday I did Bitunix, and today I'm going to do Blofin. Okay, now I want to catch this one because what's happened here, this is the 12-minute time frame. This is our indicator, by the way. This is Quadzilla. An awesome indicator, and what's happened here is the price has come down to this retracement line, dipped below it. Now normally it goes back up pretty nicely after that, so I'm going to add to a position that's already open, and it's already open on stupid leverage, and I'm going to make it even more stupid just to demonstrate the effect of increasing the leverage. So let's have a look at Blofin. Okay, so this is the Blofin account here. This trade is tiny, by the way. I wouldn't dream of doing this kind of thing with, this kind of leverage. It is literally just a margin of $21, and I've got a stop loss set there in profit. I mean, it's only in profit $7, but it is 36%. So I suppose that's something. I suppose. But what I'm going to do is increase the leverage from 30, which is ridiculous already. I'm going to increase it to 50 and see if it'll let me do it. Now, it won't let me do it with this one. It let me do this with Bitunix, but not this one, because it says you have isolated pending orders. Please cancel them before adjusting your leverage. Okay, so what that means is this stop loss here. So I'm going to cancel that. Now that should let me do it now. So let's try. Okay, so 50x leverage. It does warn me that high leverage, you are an idiot. Don't do this, is what it says, I think. But yeah, 50x leverage, so let's go confirm. Okay, so that means that I should have now some spare margin. But you see, if I go here, I've only got 30 cents of margin. So unlike ByBit, where it automatically frees up your margin, in Blofin you have to do it yourself. So you have to come down here to margin, remove margin, and you can remove 100% of your margin, which is $8. Okay, so let's do that. Right, so you'll see now that the liquidation price has jumped up scarily close, but I don't really care because I'm going to put another stop loss in profit. I'm going to go long about now a price that's very near to where we are now. I'm going to do a limit long, and that filled straight away. Okay, so I did a limit long, by the way, rather than a market, because it's much cheaper. So now I'm going to push the stop loss into profit just a little bit, and what you can see now is that it says the profit and loss is 35%, but the margin is now $21. So it means that my position size is 0.101 Bitcoin, whereas before it was 0.0061. So it means the actual position size is a lot larger, and it does mean that liquidation price is nearer, but it doesn't matter because I've got a stop loss set in profit anyway. So it's all good. Now, of course, the disadvantage with doing this kind of thing is it does mean that my entry is a lot nearer than it was before, and consequently the chance of getting stopped out pretty high. But if it does go back up and retraces this kind of dump that we had yesterday, that should be quite nice, shouldn't it? And yeah, hopefully we'll see some higher prices. But I wouldn't recommend this as a kind of technique, but I would say if you're like 100% in profit, then it is worth doing this, because you can always up your leverage, take some margin out of the trade, and then do what I did, put it back in the trade, or better still, look for a better trade with a different asset. And the underlying asset here is USDT, so you can pretty much trade whatever you want. Now I'm trading this on Blofin. If you want to do that as well, I can get you up to a $30,000 trading bonus, depending on the deposit you make and your trading volume. There are other rewards leading up to that, which are quite generous. I must say, at the moment, I've got a really good offer on Bitunix, so watch the video from yesterday if you haven't already. I'll link to it in the top corner, because yeah, the offer I've got going there is actually much better than the one with Blofin. Well, I say much better. It's if you've got smaller amounts of money and you're not such a big trader, it's easier to achieve the big bonuses. But with Blofin, yeah, sure, if you've got like tons of money and you're prepared to do big trades, then you can get your $30,000 trading bonus. So do check that out as well if you're a bit more of a baller. Anyway, it does look like that's coming down, so it might have been a terrible mistake, but I'm only playing with change, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, so I started this video on Tuesday morning, Tuesday, October the 21st, and I've just done the live stream with maff, and I come back to it, and the price has actually gone up a reasonable amount, actually. Look, I'm going to do something really stupid now. No, don't try this at home. But just to prove it can be done, right, I'm going to cancel that stop loss, right? I'm going to put the leverage on 100x, if it'll let me. Oh my God, it goes up to 150. Okay, right, I'm going to do 100. Okay, so it says high leverage, don't be an idiot. So let's do that. Okay, so now I'll be able to remove quite a bit of the margin from that trade. So I can actually remove a whole 10.65 USDT. Okay, so let's remove that. And I am actually going to put it back into the trade right now. Okay, now this will obviously mess up the entry a lot, but I just want to show you that it can be done. Okay, and that filled. Right, so now my liquidation price is really near to where we are now. I'm expecting to get stopped out on this, but I'm going to push the stop loss into profit a little bit. And to be honest, on this kind of leverage, it's quite likely that if the price does come down there and it does like wick down past my entry, that stop loss might not get filled at that price. So do be aware on stupidly high leverage that can happen. Okay. But my idea with this is to make a fun thumbnail using one of these images, and I'm hoping that I can get that over 100%, although it is quite a pathetic profit at $14. So what will it be, stop loss or profit? It's 25 minutes from New York Open, so let's see what happens. Well, as I expected, the price came down, hit my stop loss, and then it went back up again. But my trade closed. It actually closed with 6% profit. I mean, it was only $1.20, but obviously the position size was tiny. But at least I didn't lose any money, so that's all good. So there's an example of what you can do by changing your leverage in the middle of the trade. I really wouldn't suggest going to 100x with anything, really. Although, if you are well in profit, it can make sense sometimes. So I think high leverage does have its place every now and again. But I really like it when you increase the leverage, remove a bit of margin, and then find something else to do with that money. And you can see with this one, if I'd have just kept it at the 30x, my entry price would have been down here. I would have coped with that little pullback and I'd be well in profit now. So it all depends what kind of trader you are, really. But whatever kind of trader you are, Quadzilla will make it a lot easier. So for example, you can see here on the 1 hour time frame, the Bitcoin has taken off nicely. Now it looks like it will probably go up to that level there at about 112.764, and then it will probably reject a bit from there, come down a little bit, and then maybe go up again. It's also worth noting that there's this monthly pivot level here at 115,680 that I've drawn in, and that might also be somewhere where the price might reject on the way up. So it looks like there are fun and games to be had. Please do make sure you've given this video a great big fat like. If you've got any questions, leave them in the comments down below, or just use the comments to say hi. Please do check out Quadzilla at savewithcrypto.org/QZ. And I can't remember if I said give the video a big fat like, but give it a big fat like. And above all, tell your friends.